Millions of Americans have been affected by some type of peptic ulcer in their life.
All right, you're talking about something that develops on the inside of your stomach. Of course, the most common symptom would be stomach pain.
So what is a stomach ulcer? It's basically a breakdown of the tissues. They even put Helicobacter pylori bacteria into some people's stomach and got stomach ulcers.
Imagine spending years fighting a persistent stomach ulcer, only to discover that a fairly straightforward drink can help. What other treatments were unable to do, this commonplace solution did. Is this the breakthrough you've been waiting for? If you think about it, we drink so many different kinds of drinks, sugary juices, fizzy drinks, and even what are marketed as healthy protein solutions or fruit nectars, when our bodies really need water.
You see, when not enough water is going into the body, and if we're not replacing the water, the body goes into a form of drought management.
It's simple to become caught in the confusion of what is actually healthy or harmful for us, because there are so many opposing viewpoints out there. However, I frequently question why we don't include this straightforward, necessary beverage in our everyday routines. Water has a significant effect on general health and is essential to the body's healing process.
The second most vital element needed for life is water. You can go 3 minutes without oxygen. You can go a couple of weeks without water.
I've been a supporter of natural therapies for many years, and I firmly think that the body has the inherent capacity to cure itself. Studies in herbal therapy have enabled to treat illnesses such as cancer, digestive disorders, immune system support, and hair difficulties in addition to stomach ulcers. I've even witnessed instances in which treatments have helped restore feeling in feet where none other has. Cayenne pepper is one herb that sticks out in my practice. It's crucial to understand the active ingredients in herbs, and the main active ingredient in cayenne is its ability to flow blood.
Cayenne pepper will thin the blood. Cayenne pepper will rebuild heart muscle. Cayenne pepper will strengthen the arterial walls. Cayenne pepper is a blood stimulant, and anything that stimulates blood stimulates healing.
When it's removed in the morning, all you have to do is use a damp towel to wipe the area clean. Applying it on the feet can draw blood to that location. One man from South Africa who enrolled in Barbara's program that treated stomach ulcers stands out in my memory. Although his wife had covered the entire cost of the program on his behalf, he was first hesitant to take part. He appeared to be between 55 and 57 years old, and at first he didn't seem interested in talking or answering Barbara's inquiries. For him, it was simply another program during his 25-year stomach ulcer misery. He told that he typically drank 2 liters of water a day when asked about his water intake. He also disclosed that in an effort to treat Helicobacter pylori, which had troubled him for the most of his life, he had been taking a different antibiotic each month. He had been taking this medication for the past 4 months, but his health had not improved, and the pain persisted.
Now, after the first lecture where I talked about the body's ability to heal itself, so that we have a problem, we should be looking at how the body heals and work with it. He and his wife, and she was on the medication too, they came straight up to me. He said, "That made more sense than anything I've ever heard. I'm willing to do what you suggest." I said to him, "I have no authority over your medication, but I said if it was me, I would cease it because it hasn't worked so far, and I would try the herbs that I suggest." He said, "I'm willing." So what I did was I gave him a herb called slippery elm, which coats and soothes the lining of the gut.
He had come to the belief that none of the earlier therapies, conventional or modern, had relieved his condition. He was prepared for a new direction, one that put the body's ability to heal itself first. The patient seemed to take my advice to heart, particularly after trying every other medication for his stomach ulcers and not getting better. I suggested he look to herbs for healing instead of continuing to rely on pharmaceuticals that had not worked. She recommended slippery elm as one such plant because of its calming characteristics and capacity to aid in gut repair. What transpired next was amazing.
At the end of the week, I had a very happy man in front of me. He was eager to tell me something. I said yes. He said, I've had no stomach for 2 days, first time in 25 years. I said, that's good news. And he said, and I've worked out the problem. To me, that was even better news.
Have you ever experienced ongoing health problems and questioned whether dehydration was the cause? Treating dehydration may be essential to feeling better because it can cause a variety of issues in the body. Let's see how treating dehydration can have a big impact on your general health. Our body finds it difficult to maintain even the most fundamental functions when we don't consume enough water. Dehydration is a major factor in ulcer origin, despite popular perception to the contrary. The lining of the stomach is among the first parts of the body to suffer from dehydration. The lining thins as a result of water being taken from this region. The stomach becomes more vulnerable in these situations as the stomach's tissues deteriorate.
So what was happening in his gut, he's drinking nothing between meals, which means the lining to his gut is very thin, which means the hydrochloric acid is breaking down the tissues. And remember, the bacteria is an opportunist organism. And so what happened is the body started to, its own microorganisms changed role and came to the cleanup team, remember the garbage collectors, and they started to clean up the dead tissue, and their name was called Helicobacter pylori.
When there is a lack of water in the body, the production of sodium bicarbonate, which is necessary for protecting the stomach from the harmful effects of its own acid, is interrupted. This is because sodium bicarbonate is important for stomach protection. Whenever this barrier is absent, the acid produced by the stomach begins to destroy the lining, which in turn causes damage to the tissues. Bacteria in the stomach, such as Helicobacter pylori, undergo a change in function and begin to function as purifying agents as a result of this damage. The occurrence of stomach ulcers is a consequence of the progression of these situations. After determining the source of the problem, Barbara suggested to the patient that he should focus on replenishing his fluids and making use of natural medications, such as slippery elm, to help his stomach. The modification of this method resulted in a considerable impact. When a person is dehydrated, the lining of their stomach becomes more fragile and more prone to injury. Helicobacter pylori multiplies and causes damage in an effort to restore the tissue that has been destroyed.
No wonder they find Helicobacter pylori in every case of stomach ulcer. They're there to clean up the mess. Now, as God would have it, when we smell food and we start to chew food, hydrochloric acid, here's hydrochloric acid is released. And hydrochloric acid connects with pepsinogen to release pepsin, which breaks down protein, but hydrochloric acid does something else. It's antifungal, antibacterial. And so it has the ability to wipe out these guys. And just as hydraulic acid is considering going down and wiping these guys out, he has a big glass of water. And what does water do to hydrochloric acid? It just dilutes it.
In addition to causing damage to the lining of the stomach and causing digestion and nutritional absorption to be impaired, dehydration also sets the conditions for other health problems. One of the most important things that I typically stress is the need of ensuring that one consumes an adequate amount of water. Water has a significant role in maintaining overall health, particularly with regard to the health of the intestines. Because stomach acid, which is essential for efficiently breaking down proteins, can be diluted while drinking water while eating, I believe that the best time to drink water is in between meals. This is because stomach acid can be lost when drinking water while eating. When the environment is not sufficiently acidic, digestion slows down, and the process of breaking down food takes longer by itself.
So Helicobacter pylori is chomping away at the dead tissue, and it goes, whew, that was close. Chomp, chomp, chomp. What this man discovered is that he was drinking water at the wrong time. Do you remember I said to you earlier? I said, how much water do you drink a day? And he said 2 liters. And because he was a little bit abrasive with all his answers, I decided not to push it anymore.
This has the potential to cause disruptions in the usual rhythm of the stomach, which can lead to a variety of illnesses such as food poisoning, ulcers, and disorders that are associated with the digestive system. Additionally, water is the only beverage that our bodies absolutely need in order to survive, and it plays a significant role in the prevention of a wide variety of health problems. It is not required to consume any of the other liquids that we commonly seek for, such as sugary drinks, carbonated sodas, or replacements that are ostensibly healthier. For the purpose of maintaining the stomach's acidic environment, I recommend that you refrain from drinking water at least 30 minutes before meals. Consequently, this ensures that the acid produced by the stomach will always be strong enough to carry out its digestive functions in an efficient manner. It is recommended that you begin drinking water approximately 1.5 to 2 hours after you have finished eating. It is recommended that you stop drinking water 30 minutes before you are about to eat, and then resume drinking water once digestion has reached a complete stage.
He drank early in the morning. He stopped drinking half an hour before his meal. That half an hour before the meal immediately thickened that mucosa wall. The water he had the day before fed the hydrochloric acid that's made in the liver.
It is fine to quench one's thirst with a small amount of water after eating, so long as it does not have the effect of diluting the acidic juices that are produced by the stomach. In order to facilitate digestion and reduce the amount of water that is required during meals, the optimal method is to start your meal with a well-hydrated frame of mind. It is vital for the stomach to have an optimal acidic environment in order to sustain good digestion, and drinking a certain amount of water before meals helps the stomach to maintain this environment. A person will often experience symptoms of hunger 2 hours after eating, which is an indication that their body lacks water. This is a hint that they should drink more water. Due to the fact that the body has the ability to mistake thirst with hunger on some times, I believe that it is a good idea to drink a glass of water before eating.
So let's have a look at what's happening now. Now, being at the health retreat, he's drinking water at the right time between meals. His mucosa wall is getting thick. And then when he eats his meal, hydrochloric acid, which is not being watered down anymore, comes down and wipes out Helicobacter pylori.
The importance of maintaining proper hydration at the appropriate times cannot be overstated, particularly with regard to the treatment and prevention of stomach ulcers. Antibiotics are unable to treat this underlying ailment because dehydration causes the lining of the stomach to grow weaker. This makes it impossible for antibiotics to deal with the condition. Benefits of proper hydration management include increased digestion, protection against tissue erosion, and protection against injury to the stomach lining. All of these benefits provide protection against injury. I have frequently brought to your attention the incredible benefits of slippery elm, which is an exceptional plant that can be utilized for a variety of purposes. In addition to making sure that you drink enough water, I have also brought such benefits to your attention. In addition to having outstanding therapeutic capabilities, slippery elm can be used topically or consumed internally. Both of these applications are entirely conceivable. It is a material that, when combined with water, changes into a substance that resembles jelly and covers and relaxes various regions of the body. It is a wonderful medicine for the gastrointestinal tract due to the features that it offers, notably for the treatment of ulcers and the relaxation of the lining of the stomach.
He found the first place that we lose water is the lining of the gastrointestinal tract. He also found that if you go down the gastrointestinal tract, you come to the pancreas. And the pancreas releases 2 hormones into the blood to help balance blood sugar levels.
It is also an excellent medicine for the respiratory system. The discomfort that is caused by ulcerated esophageal spasms and sore throats is reduced when slippery elm is taken orally because it coats the entire digestive tract.
Slippery elm can be used externally as a drawer, and it can be used internally. It goes like a soft jelly when you put it with water. It almost is a bit like, dare I say, mucus. So when you take it by mouth, it coats and soothes the whole of the gastrointestinal tract. It'll soothe a sore throat. It'll soothe ulcerated esophagus. It'll soothe an ulcerated stomach. It will heal a stomach ulcer.
This pain relief extends from the throat all the way down to the stomach. In addition to assisting in the acceleration of the healing process, it also assists in the control of the expansion of Helicobacter pylori, which quickly alleviates pain and suffering. It is an excellent natural therapy for stomach ulcers that is a natural remedy. Because its effects extend beyond the stomach and into the small intestine and colon, it is effective for the treatment of illnesses such as Crohn's disease and irritable bowel syndrome. This is because its effects reach beyond the stomach. The herbal components of slippery elm, which I have observed, serve as a gentle stimulant, which supports the body's healing process from the throat all the way down to the end of the gastrointestinal tract. This is something that I have observed. The therapeutic properties of this herb are not limited to the treatment of stomach ulcers. It is also capable of penetrating the small intestine and colon, which enables it to assist in the treatment of illnesses such as Crohn's disease and irritable bladder syndrome.
Let's go further down into the small intestine and into the colon. It'll heal Crohn's disease, it'll heal irritable bowel. What slippery elm has, it has a growth stimulant in it, so it stimulates rapid healing in the gastrointestinal tract.
Additionally, slippery elm's adaptability extends beyond the area of interior applications, making it a versatile material. It is possible to apply it topically as a drawing agent, which helps ease the agony produced by burns, wounds, and other skin illnesses, and also aids in the recovery process. When administered topically, this substance's anti-inflammatory and regenerative characteristics serve to facilitate the healing process, which is good to the overall health of the individual. Slick elm is a fantastic herbal supplement that can be incorporated into any natural pharmaceutical practice. This is due to the fact that it has a wide range of applications. It is especially important to keep this in mind for individuals who deal with digestive disorders.
I have to tell you the story of Roy because this is quite remarkable. He had a very sore stomach. He said, "I've tried everything to heal my stomach and nothing helps." He said, "I went to the doctor and they gave me Nexium to slow down the stomach acid." He said it didn't help, so then they sent me to the psychiatrist. So I said, "Stay there." I mixed up some slippery elm with water. I said, "Take this." He said, "Oh, that's taken the pain out somewhat."
It is excellent to digestive health in general and offers relief from a wide range of ailments, including stomach ulcers, due to the fact that it has properties that are calming, shielding, and healing. In order for the body to be able to absorb nutrients, eliminate waste, and make use of vitamins and minerals, it is vitally required for the body to acquire an adequate amount of water. Therefore, it is essential for the body to achieve this. As an additional benefit, it calms the tissues that are irritated throughout the digestive tract, which helps alleviate the symptoms of gastrointestinal problems such as gastritis, acid reflux, and inflammatory bowel diseases. These are only some of the ailments that it cures. It can also treat other conditions. The conditions that are included in this group include, but are not limited to, inflammatory bowel diseases, acid reflux, and gastroesophageal reflux disease. I usually remind my patients that in order to maintain excellent hydration, it is vital for them to adhere to the best timetable for the consumption of water. This is in addition to the fact that they should consume a sufficient volume of water. Additionally, it is recommended to continue drinking water between 1.5 and 2 hours after a meal, since it helps to prevent the stomach acid from becoming diluted, which in turn helps to promote healthy digestion. When you consume water half an hour before a meal, you are providing your digestive system with an environment that is acidic, which is beneficial to its health. As a result, this helps to ensure that your digestive system is operating with optimal efficiency. It is vital to drink a set quantity of water in order to keep one's health in ideal shape. However, this can be improved by mixing the water with the several advantages that slippery elm delivers. This powerful herb not only has the ability to promote healing and enhance digestive health, but it also has anti-inflammatory properties, which are truly remarkable results. In addition, it has the capability to improve cardiovascular health. By combining the curative properties of slippery elm with an adequate amount of water consumption, it is possible to successfully treat and alleviate a number of different health issues at the same time. This is a possibility. In the event that you are interested in information that is equivalent to this, make sure to click the button that says subscribe and follow us, since we will provide you with other material in the future updates.